thank you. Is that Ping Ping drawing that bunny, I guess, or?
Yes.
Good job.
Oh, sorry. I had a question. Yesterday, I saw some materials. I want to know, does Singapore belong to Western country? Because Singapore located in Asia, but I don't know if Singapore is Western country. So hard.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so not an English question, but a geography question, which is fine. So,
Do
yeah.
you think?
Well, a long time ago, well, not a long time ago, but Singapore used to be, of course, part of Malaysia, but it was also a British colony. So like Raffles.
Yes.
Yeah, so just like India or other such countries, Singapore used to be a British colony.
Yeah. So Singapore belongs to Western country.
Yeah. Well, used to. Now it's an Asian country, Southeast Asia. Yeah.
I think because if you think, if you consider Western country equals to developed country, I think Singapore is Western country. But you just think about the position of the world. The Singapore is Asia country, right?
Well, that's a good question. So we can just, we can search, right?
Okay.
But definitely it's Asian. Yeah, just a matter of, hi, people on YouTube, by the way. You can always type, if you have a question, just type to the right. Yeah, so Singapore is, okay, so this is quite intense, but yeah, Singapore is in Southeast Asia. So you can see that. Yeah, you can see that right here. Singapore is in Southeast Asia. Hey, Alex.
Okay.
Hi, Amy. No. Hi, Amy. How are you? Oh, I got one person in here.
Thank you. Because I
yes,
saw a video.
Amy, that is correct.
Okay.
So Amy sent me a message, and she said that the British surrendered, not surrounded, surrendered. Okay, surrendered to the British, surrendered to the Japanese.
Surrender.
Yeah, so in Singapore, obviously now we can't go there, but there's a really, it's a cheap and interesting 1 or 2 hours. It's called the former Ford factory. It's in Bukit Timah. It's an interesting place to go. It's like $2 or something like that, and you can go and you can learn a lot about Singapore history. It's quite interesting. Yeah. Hi, Yukiko.
Okay.
Music like a museum to watch.
Yeah, like a museum. Yep. But just it's the history of the. Yeah, the history of Singapore and World War II.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So quite an interesting place. So Amy just sent me a message, and she was correct. The British.
Yes.
When Japan came to Singapore, the British surrendered to them.
Okay, I think about because because the social systems, I don't know how to say, and the position of Singapore. So I think Singapore is a special. So I want to I want to know the question. So I ask you, but but it's not easy to give a decision because
To
the global is a whole system now. You cannot depart them. So
well, the internet, right, makes everyone
yes, so
makes everyone connected.
yes,
So,
yes. So
good question. Yukiko, how was your weekend?
It's good.
What did you do?
I stayed home.
Stay home. Yeah, everybody has to stay home. Are you all, Lei, how about you? Are you okay staying at home still?
Also go out. So for a short, how can I say, short walk.
You went for a walk?
So just go out and look around.
You went out and looked around?
Yeah. It's not every day, I
Okay.
think.
Not every day. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And you're wearing a mask, I hope?
Yes, definitive.
I just
Definitely.
go outside at night. The sun the day become dark and don't need to wear mask and running around my flat.
Ah, you go running?
Yeah, but when the day become dark,
Why?
don't need
Why do
to
you wait?
wear the mask. If in daytime you go outside and running, you must wear mask. You can't breathe very well. So the weather is hot and you feel not comfortable. So I go
I see.
outside after
Okay.
sun goes down.
You can just go out in
White.
the night,
So just go in the evening. Yeah.
but
Yeah. I'm
evening
sorry.
is
We go the evening.
overcrowded on the street. I before yesterday I go outside on evening and I saw a lot of people on the street.
Really?
Maybe last week I forgot, but from 7th you cannot go outside. You just can buy something from supermarket and go back to home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's 7 is too early. You must after 10 o'clock, 10 p.m.
After 10.
in the
In the
evening.
night.
Okay.
Yeah. At night,
Okay.
not in the evening. At night.
Okay.
At night, not in the evening.
So at night, okay.
Okay, good. Well,
Yeah.
today the weather is nice. It's raining
Yeah.
quite heavily. Yeah.
Nice.
You cannot go outside.
Because
And now we can't go outside.
because in Singapore, the thin window blow your body feel comfortable at night.
Right. Yeah, if I go running, which I haven't yet, I would go at night as well.
Yeah.
Do you like running?
Do I like running?
Yes.
Do I like running? No.
Okay.
Like walking.
Sometimes I run, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too. I just get fit for I running just for get fit.
Yeah, of course. No choice otherwise. Amy, do you like running?
No.
So Amy, do you like staying home all day?
Yes.
You like staying home? Wow. You don't want to go back to school?
No.
No? Okay. That's nice. Which school do you go to, Amy?
Talakura Primary School.
Okay, nice. So are you doing online lessons now?
Yes.
Yes, but not Zoom. Are you using Zoom at your school?
Mhm.
Yes. Okay.
Still
Still
yes?
using it.
I think you cannot use it if you in the school. I mean, because I saw the message about Zoom, and I think all the student cannot use it anymore.
Well, it was suspended.
Suspended.
So using Zoom in hi Grace, using Zoom in the MOE schools was suspended. Yeah, because of security.
Yes,
Yeah,
good
security.
reasons.
Yeah, risks. But I think Zoom fixed. I think Zoom fixed it already. So
Okay.
yeah. Alex, I know you haven't worked out since you got back to Hong Kong. So I know. That's YouTube. I'm commenting on a YouTube question. Okay. So Yukiko, what do you do every day?
Every day.
Yeah. Well, how do you stay not crazy?
Yes.
So what do you do?
Just keep learning.
何をしますか毎日
No learning.
So
Keep
learn
learning,
English.
I
talking,
sometimes go for a walking.
Go for a walk
Yes, walking.
outside?
Yes.
Okay. Nice. Cynthia, how about you?
Yeah.
How do you stay sane?
Every day I have many work. I cooking for family and write articles, and record small videos, send it to online, and have a call meeting with my workmate.
So you work.
Yeah. I'm
What do you do?
I'm a Chinese lawyer in Singapore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
good. So if I ever need a lawyer, I can call you, right?
Okay. It's
Pro bono.
pleasure. My pleasure.
Okay, good. Pro bono, right?
Pro bono. What?
Pro bono.
Pro bono. Free. Yeah. Okay.
Just joking.
You teach my English free too.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I need a lawyer, we can trade.
Yeah.
But lawyers are much more expensive than English teachers, so we have to come up with a good deal. Yeah, maybe like 3-to-1 or something like that. Shayna runs East Coast every weekend. That's good. That's good. I used to run a lot, but now I stopped running because I hate it. It's really boring.
Because of the weather or just
No, it's just boring. So
okay.
I don't want to do it anymore. But maybe I have to because I have only left my house once since last Monday.
Just
it was to
once?
go grocery shopping. Yeah. I'm like Amy. I like to stay home. I'm okay to stay home. No problem.
Ah,
Yeah.
But
okay.
I think your daughter can stay at home. she like go outside playing.
Yeah, I think your daughter cannot stay at home, and she wants just
Yeah,
to
both
play,
of them.
maybe. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they go down once a day just to play in the playground or something.
Okay.
It's okay if kids, kids if they get COVID is not so serious for children, so it's okay. Like Amy's young, so coronavirus no problem for you. But I'm old, so if I get coronavirus,
You're not old.
You're not
thank
old.
you, thank you, Lei.
Yeah. I
So
think
does
for
anyone
us, it's no
have?
problem. Yeah.
No, I know. I think most of us should
Just
be okay.
relax,
But at
you
the
know.
same time,
Okay.
yeah, just relax. So stay home and drink beer.
Yeah. You're right.
You
Yeah.
you might picture buy lots of beer from the supermarket and store in your house. Wow, sounds great.
But the problem is, Mike, if I have it, then I drink it. So I can't. If I bought like 100 beers, I would drink 100 beers. So I have to. Yeah, I have to make sure that I don't buy too many.
Yeah.
Otherwise, my wife would kill me. So, yeah,
Okay.
I think she wants to kill me already, but it's okay. Does anyone have any English question? I mean, Ping Ping asked me a Singapore question, but does anyone have any English question or any problem with English today? Or did you have a class today? Or did you have homework or anything? Does anyone have any questions about that?
So,
I still have a big question.
Ping Ping, okay.
Yes, I did some listening at home on weekend, and if I talk with like I talk with you and I talk with Matthew, I can understand what you say. But if I listening some video or I it's hard for me to get point from articles. So I don't know what should I do. I just listen again, and I still cannot hear clearly. So that's my problem. So what should I do?
Yeah, English is not, rocket science, right? So, if we want to improve anything, like Alex going to the gym or yoga or English, it's pretty straightforward, like time and level. So the more time you spend doing something, the higher your level is going to be, right? So for listening, we just need to practice listening again and again and again. It's really, really important. So, so to improve your listening, right? Yeah, so step one is you want to listen like actively, not just passive. So if you're watching TV, that's fine. But you can always like keep a notebook or a pen and a piece of paper, and you can write down, as you're listening, you can write down difficult words. But you want to kind of be active. Obviously, you can have English subtitles.
Okay.
Hi, Eva. You can have English subtitles. Shayna, I ate hot pot yesterday too. Delicious. So English subtitles is really important. But so if we're watching a movie or like Netflix or something like that, or TED Talk, TED.com. Okay, TED.com is really a good resource because it has a lot of subtitles, and you can, read the subtitles. You can change to Japanese, English, Chinese, German if you want. But English subtitles is really important. But if it's really, really, really too difficult, so Ping Ping, you can start with like Chinese subtitles first, and then that way you'll understand the meaning, and then switch to English subtitles, and then no subtitles. So it's really important to listen to the same thing again and again and again. It's really quite important. Listen to the same thing again and again and again, which is boring. But studying is boring. So no choice.
Okay.
Hi, Eva.
Okay.
I said it already.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, just listen as frequently as possible, as much as possible. If it's difficult, just listen again. And if it's difficult, listen again, listen again, listen again. It's really, really, quite important. So for us as English teachers, this is almost a bad thing for you, but we have learned to speak slowly. We have learned to enunciate, right? So enunciate means speak clearly, right? We don't mumble. Mumble, right? So mumble is bad, but we enunciate. So when we're in class, or if you're listening to me now, then it's quite easy for you to listen because I've learned how to speak to non-native speakers, basically.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So I have also so the questions is not about grammar, because on weekend I also saw the video from YouTube about the grammar from last week. So about present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. I think now I know the difference between the both.
Okay.
And now I have another questions about how can I improve my spoken English? Because for me, I think grammatic is important, but I want just to know more people and maybe work in Singapore. And I want just to improve my spoken English. And I think it's difficult for me.
Yeah, of course. Sadly, same answer.
Same answer, you mean just repeat, but I mean the now in the special time.
Yep.
I think
so
normally
actually,
if I go,
Yeah, it's a perfect question. Actually, this is what I prepared for today's lesson anyway.
Okay.
So here's kind of 8 ways to improve your speaking, without a speaking partner.
Yeah.
So for example, your husband is busy, or you don't want to talk to him, right? So you can learn how to speak by yourself. So this first one is something that if I was learning Japanese or Chinese or something like that, I would do the same thing. And I would, you can think or talk to yourself in English. Now, you look like a crazy person if you're talking to yourself. Okay, so be careful. But we can also just think in English, right? So instead of saying like in Chinese, 我想喝咖啡, right? You can say, I want to drink coffee, right? Now, this process of thinking in English is going to help your brain to be more automatic when you're thinking, コーヒーを飲みたい, right? Instead of saying, I want to drink coffee in Japanese, right? You would think in English, right? So, and that's one way. So just, we can set you know, if you think in your native language and then try to speak English, you'll always have to translate between the languages, right?
Yeah.
So I think many of you, right, you're trying to say something in English, your English, you're changing from Chinese or Japanese or Korean or Mongolian, whoever's watching this. And then you're changing and then you're translating and then you're speaking, right? So that process is really slow, right? So importantly, right, you know, there's two ways to learn speaking, right? And there's okay, so there's fluency and then there's accuracy. Now, fluency is about speed, right? How quickly can I speak? How quickly can I translate from my native language to English, or just skip the translation part altogether, right? So for me, when I teach my classes, you know, every teacher is different. Matthew, Mark, all those different people. They, you know, I think most teachers would agree that fluency is the most important thing. And fluency is not about being perfect, having perfect grammar, speaking with perfect English. That's not important, right? I think fluency is about speed and how quickly we can process the language in our brain and how fast it can get to our mouth. And then how quickly we can speak. So basically, these are 8 ways that we can improve that and that speed. So again, if we're thinking in English, that's going to help us, you know, throughout the day. So you guys are home alone, or you know, nobody's there, or maybe Yukiko, your husband, doesn't speak English, or so you have no one to practice with outside of the English class. At this time, you know, we can just think in English. So and you don't have to do this all the time, right? You can just set, you know, 10 minutes and just say, okay, for the next 10 minutes, I'm just going to think in English. So it doesn't have to be 20 hours or 10 hours or 8 hours. But of course, you know, the longer you do it, you know, the faster you're going to improve, right?
Okay.
Just same thing. If I do yoga, hey, Davis, Tanzania, one of my close friends is from Tanzania. But if you do yoga, you know, the more yoga you do, the more flexible you'll become. So the more you think in English, the faster you're going to be able to think in English. So if you do that 10 minutes a day, then you're going to slowly improve. If you do that 30 minutes a day or 10 minutes 5 times a day, that's really going to help your you know, your spoken, your fluency, right? Your speed.
Yeah. So just practice.
Yeah. So, you know,
Yeah.
think in English and then practice.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, you guys all have selfie cameras, you have iPhones, you have computers or iPads or whatever you're watching me on right now. So, you know, the next step would be to like use a mirror. You know, you can talk to yourself in the mirror, or you can talk to yourself into your camera, and you can just talk to yourself. I know it's crazy. Right? It's crazy if you're talking to yourself and someone sees you talking to your mirror. It's crazy, but at the same time, it'll help. It'll help. Yeah, at the same time, it'll help. So, you know, I have one of our teachers, Michael, he teaches in the evening business English, and he has a 4-3-2 practice where if you look here, it's kind of similar to what I'm saying there. So whenever you can, take a few minutes out of your day to stand in front of the mirror or your iPhone and then just talk. So choose a topic and then set a timer for 2 or 3 minutes and just talk. So you can set that timer for 4 minutes and then just talk about one topic. So my last holiday or traveling or shopping or whatever. you can think about those different topics, and then you can speak about it for 4 minutes,
Yeah.
and then 3 minutes, and then 2 minutes. And if you take the first speaking and take those, what you talked about, right? Oh, running at night. Okay, so maybe Mike's going to talk about running at night. So he's going to talk for 4 minutes. Then he's going to say the same thing, but faster in 3 minutes. And then he's going to say the same thing, but faster in 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
So again, we're practicing the same conversation 3 times, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. But you'll notice by the 3rd time, you're faster. You're not searching for the word, or you're not searching. So, just like learning listening, learning speaking is the same. The more often we practice and we repeat the same thing again and again and again, then that's going to help us. That's going to help your speaking go faster, right?
Okay.
Right. So, it's just practicing the same phrases, the same sentences, the same structure. And again, as I said before, fluency is more important than grammar or accuracy. Right? When we're speaking, right? When we're writing, grammar is really, really important. But when we're speaking, it's not as important.
I think I'm speaking is important is if the people can understand you.
Right. Yeah. Communication is number one, right? So that for me, the number one thing is communication.
Yeah.
So if I say yesterday I eat hot pot, you understand, right? Even though my grammar is wrong, I say yesterday I eat hot pot, it's fine.
Okay.
Of course, yesterday I ate hot pot, right, is the correct answer, but
yes.
Past tense, yeah. So Shayna, actually, I don't know who you are, but I like this conversation. I'm talking to someone on YouTube right now. I like running. It's boring, and then that's a good idea. She said when she's running, she speaks to herself in English. So that's also a good way. So when you're running, why not speak English at the same time? Or think in English at the same time.
Oh.
Good idea.
It sounds
Good
crazy.
idea.
I think I just stay at home and speak to mirror. I think it's okay.
Well, the good news, so it does look crazy, right? So Shayna, Leia just called you crazy. It's fine.
No.
Joke.
Yeah, I know.
But at the same time, like now everybody has these earpods, right? Or, earphones, right? So, and they all have a microphone. So people might think that you're just talking on the phone.
Oh.
They have no idea. I see people talking to themselves all the time outside, but maybe they're talking to someone on their phone.
I will try it tomorrow.
I think good idea. So I think 10 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, I think 10 years ago it would look more crazy, but now I think it would be fine.
Yeah, now it's no more.
Susan, are you recording me? What are you doing here? You can just watch this on YouTube later. You don't have to record it.
Not open mouth.
You don't want to talk. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
So just Susan, how can I say, took the picture maybe from the grammatic thing.
I can share this. I can share this document with you guys too. So don't worry.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So last thing we talked about, or not last thing, but next thing, listen and repeat. So again, do you guys have kids? Who has kids? Cynthia, you have a kid. Amy, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amy, Cynthia's your mom, right? Okay. She's a good mom?
Maybe.
Okay. Okay. The answer is yes. Yes, teacher. She's a great mom. Amy, what's your favorite movie?
I don't know.
You don't know? How old are you?
12.
12. Do you like Frozen? No? You don't have a favorite movie?
Yeah, I have many. I like many movies.
Okay. What's your favorite song?
I
I
don't know.
love it when you call me señorita. So why am I asking? Because, right, how many times do you listen to a song before you can sing it? One time?
No.
Many times.
Many times.
Many times, right? 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. You know, my kids listen to the same song again and again and again and again and again, right? And they watch the same movie again and again and again and again and again, right? So my daughter, she's 3 years old. She knows Frozen, right? Because she watches it
It's very
400
popular.
times. But she can speak, at the same time as the characters because she's memorized the movie, right? So listen and repeat is really important. I think a lot of our students, they want to, instead of watching 100 movies, watch one movie 100 times. Right? So instead of watching 100 different movies, watch the same movie again and again and again. So Ping Ping, you're asking, how can I improve my listening?
Yes.
If you watch the same movie again and again and again, that's going to improve your listening for that movie. Now, the average movie has tons of words, right? It's an hour and a half or 2 hours, right? And if you watch that same movie, repeat, 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 or the same YouTube video, repeat, 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 or the same song, repeat, 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 right? Then you're going to remember it. And if you can remember it, then listening to it will be easy.
Okay. I will try.
So it's boring, I know, but just, again,
It's a good way.
it's a good way. And now we have lots of time, so we can just watch movies and watch Netflix and English subtitles, really important. So if you want, make sure that you're watching with English subtitles, and that'll improve your reading, that'll improve your listening. And then the second time you watch, third time you watch, fourth time you watch, take away the subtitles, right? Take away the subtitles, and then you should be fine.
Okay.
Nancy, I'll put it in the, so for this, for this document, people on YouTube, I think you want this document. Yes, you can type yes.
Yes.
I'll put it in the comments. I'll put a link to it in the comments for you guys after the video. So this is really, really important. I had one student maybe 10 years ago or 11 years ago or 12 years ago. She went from beginner to advanced in 1 year.
Wow.
And she just memorized one movie. So she just remembered the whole movie. Pride and Prejudice or something, I think.
Oh, I also like this movie. Yeah.
So she just memorized the entire thing. So she could say the movie. Now, again, you don't have to watch 2 hours movie every day. You can watch the same scene, right? The same scene you can watch again and again and again.
Wow. Actually, sometimes I also watch the sitcom from America. For example, like the Big Bang Theory, and also the Modern Family.
Yep.
Yeah. because
So
it's not so
modern-
longer, and I
Yeah.
can just watch every time for a short, how can I say, short part.
Yeah, Modern Family is good. They speak really, really quickly though in that one. Big Bang Theory. These are two sitcoms,
Yes.
which means situation comedy. I don't know if you knew that or not, but that's what a sitcom is.
Mm.
Yeah, sitcoms are really good as well. But again, if you watch episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, episode 4, episode 5, episode 6, that's not good.
Yeah,
Now that's enjoyable,
I know what you mean. Yes.
but watch
So-
episode 1 5 times.
Yes, you're right. Maybe just for 1 week, and sometimes I also write the useful sentence, and maybe
Right.
I can
Yeah,
use for
right.
my real life.
Yeah, active is really, really important. If we listen actively, if we read actively, it's really, really important. Passive is fine. Of course, watch a movie with a beer and some popcorn. Amy, no beer for you. That's fine because it's, passive is better than nothing, right? Active versus passive, not grammar, but it's better than nothing. But if you really, really, really want to learn, choose 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes to actively, pen and paper, write down,
Yeah.
stop, pause. What did he say? You can think about how did he say that? Like, what did his voice go up? Did his voice go down? Oh, he's happy. So, he sounded with more energy. Oh, that person was sad in the movie. So, oh, how did she say that? How did she talk like that? So that's that's also going to improve your accent and everything like that when you're speaking as well.
Oh,
So really, really important.
Yeah.
So active is really important.
thanks for the tips.
You're welcome. There's more. Sing along to English songs. Really important.
Mm.
Everybody, if you like English songs, just learn them and sing them. Susan knows I can sing very well. Right, Susan?
Yeah. I don't understand English song.
Yeah, so listen again and again and again and again. Yeah, read the lyrics, go online, research, what do they mean?
Yeah, sometimes I also listen the children's song. Maybe it's easy to learn.
The wheels on the bus go round and round.
Yes, sometimes like this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also fine. Yeah, children's songs, adult songs, doesn't matter. Yeah,
No.
I think if you listen, then it's fine. Yeah. Doesn't matter.
I just know the Aberfed English song. A B C D. Other songs more difficult.
Forbade.
Okay, that's the only English song you know, Mike. Okay, that one won't help your English. If you sing A B C D, that won't help your English, I don't think. But yeah, any English song will help. Yeah, again, I think a lot of people, right? They focus on, we have input skills and we have output skills for English, right? So the input skills, right, are like listening
Yes.
and reading,
Mm.
right? But when reading. Yeah, Cynthia, right? So the output skills, right, are speaking and writing.
Yeah. Writing. Yeah.
Now, when I talk to my students maybe for the first time and I say, oh, what do you want to improve? Oh, your English, what do you want to improve? Most of my students say speaking or writing. Oh, teacher, I want to improve my speaking. Okay, listen more. Oh, teacher, I want to improve my writing. Okay, read more. So good writers are good readers, right? If you read a lot, so Amy, this is like for you, if you have a writing assignment in your school, right? The more you read, the better you'll write because you have more experience. You're reading other people's work. So the more you listen, the better you'll speak. So I think reading does both, right? Reading, it helps us to improve. Reading helps us to improve our speaking and our writing, actually, because reading will improve your vocabulary, things like that. But people tend to forget about input and they just want to improve these two things. It's very difficult. We need to improve them at the same time. Yeah, next would be learn phrases, not words, right? So you guys are all, words are fine, of course, but, learn a phrase. Alex, no live concert. So we can learn a phrase instead of a word, right? So instead of learning like shopping, you can learn like, I would like to go shopping, right? For example, we learn the whole phrase, right? So when I learned, my bad Chinese, I learned like, I like something, right? So like, 我喜欢啤酒, 我喜欢, and then I learned the words, right? And I would fill them in to that phrase, right? Or when I was studying Japanese, the first two phrases were like, 私の日本語が上手じゃない. Okay, I would tell them my Japanese is not good. Or like, ゆっくり話してください. Can you speak more slowly, right? Because I learned those two phrases and I memorized them because if I was speaking to a Japanese person or speaking to my teacher and they were speaking too quickly, ゆっくり話してください. Can you speak more slowly, right? And it was just something I memorized. And that was 10 years ago and I still remember. So it's just, some of those phrases that you learn are also really, really important. Yeah. Oh. Alex, I saw that. Yeah. So learning phrases is important. Yeah. Yeah. So or learning like casual phrases. So, how do you feel today? But a native speaker might say, how you doing? Or what's up instead, right? So these are just useful phrases that we can say, right? What's up? What's new? Things like that. Yeah. What's new is probably my favorite. Right? What's new? What's up? What's new? How are you? How have you been? Right? Okay. Two more. So learn your most common sayings. So number 7 here, learn your most common sayings. So in your language, so what do you say most of the time? And then translate those to English and learn them in English. So everybody has like things that they say all the time, right?
Yeah.
Yes. In Chinese or in Japanese or in German, in Korean, in Swahili, I guess you speak in Tanzania. You all have those phrases, right?
Yeah.
So learn how to say those phrases in English. Right? And that'll help because that's you. And that's who you are. And then the last thing, and this is something I'll do. I'm in Japan and I have a meeting, or the next morning, what I will do is I'll think about what I'm going to say in that meeting in the morning. Active versus passive, not grammar. Now, I don't speak Japanese very well, but at least I can prepare if I'm meeting the boss of the company. I can say, maybe I would prepare like, I really like your office, or hey, thank you for having me for this meeting, or something like that, right? I can prepare for that specific information or specific situation. Sorry. So Lei, if you're trying to get a job, if your main goal is to get a job, you can focus on like interview English, right? How to how to pass your interview or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, focus on those specific situations. So same thing, just like every day when you go into your class, when it's live, or I don't know about your teachers now, maybe they're asking you, every day, first thing we ask every student is, how are you? Or what did you do on the weekend? And then the student's like, right? And we're like, I ask you this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Hey, how are you? What did you do? Right? Yeah, Susan knows, right? So instead of saying, right, just prepare. You can prepare for that before the class, and then it will be super easy. You don't feel shy. You don't feel worried or anything like that.
Right.
So yeah, preparing for specific situations is really, really important as well.
Yeah.
So all of these things are important. I like this one the best. Thinking in English is probably just an easy way to, anybody can think in English. So yeah, do that. So that's all. I will post a link to this in YouTube. Okay, so just go to our YouTube channel and then you can click the link. You can download it or you can open it. I'll just make a Google Drive link for you guys. Anybody have any last questions? We'll have like 5-10 minutes left.
Listen easy, speaking difficult.
Yeah, Susan, so you got to do this. Think in English. Talk to yourself. Susan, you have no excuse.
You speak now.
You have an American living in your house. You can talk to him every day.
Every day. Oh.
Yeah.
So just go
Super
talk to
chance.
Matthew. Yeah, so she's lucky. That's why like Lei can speak German, right? Because she has to speak to her husband.
Yes. So, but now I need to improve my English.
So, well, your husband's English is really good too. So.
Yeah. Sometimes we also try to speak English or in Chinese. I think it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, good. That's
You
good.
Yeah.
sounds like you reach a high level, like upper level. You can
Lei?
translate. Yeah, she can translate freely from Chinese and English.
And German.
German. Oh, German. Okay. I think English and Chinese.
No, English is
Three.
Three? Oh.
Yeah, I think
That's good.
Chinese and German is okay, but English, I need time to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
My
not easy.
husband
Switch.
also say hello to you, Matt.
Oh, hi, Christian.
Yeah. Yeah. He's working
That's
now.
good.
Yeah.
He's working now?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's difficult.
Thank you for the free
Difficult to work
lessons,
from home. I'm happy to do it. I mean, I need to talk to other people other than my children and my wife. So it's good for me. It's good for me too.
Also very good for us because I need sometimes to speak English with another people. No.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm glad you guys come. I guess I'll have the same 8 students every time, which is okay. I expected our students, like 100 students to come, but no. Not possible, maybe. Possible,
And maybe
but I think
another people don't know, that we have free lessons. Maybe?
Yeah, I mean, we sent it to everybody, but yeah, we can, tell your friends, I guess, tell your classmates that we
last
have
time
this.
I also taught Ellie, so she from another class, and she didn't know that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll try to tell more people.
Well, every student, they are in ULC. They all know the free online class.
They should know.
Okay.
But maybe not. And then YouTube also. So maybe some people don't want to join like this. They would rather join through YouTube. I know like Ava and a few of our students are watching me on YouTube as well. So 11 people actually. So 11 plus 8. So that's 19 students. So it's not bad.
Next week we can get more people. I know.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I think that would be fun. So anybody have any questions? Yukiko, you're okay? You're quiet. You're just listening?
Okay.
I have a
sorry?
question. Yeah, I sometimes confuse the countable and uncountable noun. For example, the sport. We use any sport, and any sports. We learned the English field. I learned a new word. There is any sport. So any means more than one. I just confuse any. We can only use any sports or any sport.
Okay. Like this?
Like this, but we use there is and there are. Because it's a plural or single. It's different.
I see.
If we use any sport, we use is. If we use any sports, we use are. British. Oh.
So this is a different thing. But this is a different thing. So British English would say, do you do any sport? And American English, do you play any sports? But Mike, I think your question was different because
I'm sorry. I have a cold.
it's okay. Yeah, so this was Mike's question, but yeah. Is there any sport you don't like? I'm asking about one sport. Or are there any sports you don't like? I'm asking about more than one. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sport is a countable noun. Yeah. Sport is countable. Of course, this is singular.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay, Mike.
Okay.
So, Mike, it's a good question. Sport is definitely a countable noun. So, is there any sport you don't like? I'm asking about one sport, right? Is there any sport you don't like? I'm asking about one sport. Are there any sports you don't like? One or more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, one of them.
So we use any sports. We means only answer one sport. If we use any sports, plural means we'll answer several sports.
Or I'm asking about several. Well, one or more. So,
One or more.
you know, this one is one or more. This is only one. But the answer can be the same.
Oh, answer can be same. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, even I asked this question, oh, is there any sport you don't like? I can say, I don't like baseball, I don't like tennis, I don't like golf, I can say more than one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess that but some confused. You give me a wonderful explain. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's my job. Okay, good. Susan, we lost, which is okay. Anybody else? Cynthia, any question?
No, thank you.
Yukiko, you're okay?
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
大丈夫?
Yes, 大丈夫.
Okay,
Hmm.
good. Ping
Yeah.
Ping?
Yes. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay,
I will
good.
practice
Yeah, my
my
pleasure.
listening.
Yeah, do that. And just listen again
Yeah.
and again and again. Yeah, listen to
Yeah.
the same thing again and again and again. Yeah.
Yeah, I will practice my spoken English. Maybe next time I will have questions.
Okay. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
So yeah, for Wednesday, if you come back on Wednesday, especially my class, tomorrow, of course, is Mark.
Yeah.
But if you have any questions on Wednesday, just ask. Yeah. I think, don't worry, I will prepare something just in case. But if you guys have questions, then
I
we
can
can
just
we
ask
can
you.
do that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so just one person on YouTube asked about like have had, has had, and had. So present perfect and past perfect. So maybe we can talk about that, present perfect and past perfect. Maybe I'll write that down so I don't forget.
Yeah, students more have grammar past question more than other question. I think.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, any question is okay. I don't mind. Yeah. So Davis, yeah, come in on Wednesday and we'll talk about present perfect and past perfect.
Yeah.
Shayna, thank you. Again, I don't know who you are, but you're welcome. Okay, so thank you guys. I'll
Thank
see
you,
you
Lars.
on
So
Wednesday.
quickly. Thank
See you
you.
on
Thank
Wednesday.
you very much.
Thank you.
1 hour, so fast.
Thank you.
See
All right.
you.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, thank you very
Take
much.
care.
on
See you.
Wednesday.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
See you Wednesday. Okay. Bye.
See you Wednesday.
Bye.